As you are probably aware, a multi-pronged attack is now being waged against humanity. So the purpose of this presentation is to provide another perspective as to why these events are occurring. Now, because this perspective is probably something you're not familiar with, I'm going to ask that you meet me in a place that Rumi, a Sufi poet, spoke of. He said, "There is a place beyond right and wrong. I will meet you there." Now I ask that you meet me there and allow me to present information and to try to stay open-minded. And then at the end you can connect the dots in any way you see fit and arrive at your own conclusion. Fair enough? All right, let's begin. Evolution made civilization steward of this planet. 100,000 years later, the steward stood before evolution, not healer, but parasite. A gifted society in so many ways, trapped at last by greed and lack of vision. It ravaged the forests into desert, consumed the soul of the land in mine pits and waste, smothered its air and its oceans, sterilized the earth in radiation and poisons. A million chances it had to change, but it would not. From the ground it dug luxury for a few, jobs for the rest, and graves for the children of all. In the end, the children didn't agree, but the children had come too late. How could a civilization have been so blind? That, friends, is an excerpt from a novel entitled One by Richard Bach. It describes one possible future for mankind, a future some believe to be the most probable future. And that is probably why you are viewing this video, for you can see that we have now come to a place in our evolution. Humankind now stands at a crossroads where we must resolve the issues we are now facing, or that will be the future that manifests. Now, the critical nature of the time we are now living was also seen in other documents. In the Earth Charter, it is stated, "We stand at a critical moment in Earth's history, a time when humanity must choose its future. As the world becomes increasingly interdependent, the future at once holds great peril and great promise. To move forward, we must recognize that in the midst of a magnificent diversity of cultures and life forms, we are one human family with a common destiny." Glenda Green tells us, "Humankind is standing precariously on the edge of its destiny. It will either rise to a paradigm change, or experience decline, or possible destruction. This is an unavoidable confrontation." Ancient Mayans tell us that we are now exiting the fifth age of man and entering, they refer to as the age of the intellect, and we are now entering the sixth age of man, they refer to as the age of the gods. Now, when they speak in terms of an age, what they're actually speaking in terms of is the precession of the equinoxes. Now, this is a 25,920-year cycle that actually takes place as our Earth tilts on its axis. It makes this one rotation every 25,920 years. The Maya tell us that when a civilization arrives at the end of a great cycle, it is given the opportunity to evolve. But if it fails the test, the evolution of man must start all over again. Gerardo Barrios is a Mayan elder, and he tells us we are now in a transition period called the cycle of the merge of the dark and the light, where Earth will transcend to a new level of consciousness. But to get there, and this is key, we must first transform enormously powerful forces that seek to block the way. Now is the time to awaken and take action. This is a crucially important moment for humanity and for Earth.